This meeting is being sent to third party. Okay, okay, live.
Good evening, sir. Sir, am I audible to you?
Yes, madam.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Shall I begin, sir?
Yes,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I am ready.
Yes, sir.
I think how many of them join?
For sure, sir.
Okay.
So just give me a minute. I will just fix my camera, sir.
Shall I click?
Yes, sir. Am I visible to you, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I will begin with the session, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, experts, participants. This side, I'm Preeti Vats. I'm welcoming you to the Agri Explore 21 Winter School Training Program. It's with great pride and enthusiasm. It's a comprehensive initiative that promotes to be a milestone in the fields of agriculture and agripreneurship. The journey that started from 11th of January to 31st of this month, we will embark on a journey that is filled with learning, innovation, collaboration, and empowerment. This program represents much more than it's just a training event. It is a vision, a platform, and a commitment to shaping the future of agriculture. Agriculture, as we all know, it's not merely an industry, but a way of life. It has become a backbone of economics, the sustainer of livelihoods, and the source of nourishment for humanity. Yet it is also an industry facing unprecedented challenges, from the impacts of climate change and resource scarcity to the pressing need for sustainable practices and technological adaptations. We are privileged to have renowned experts from the various fields joining as guest speakers, mentors, and our guides. These individuals will bring a wealth of experience, knowledge, and insight that will inspire us all. Their achievements are a testament to what is possible and when expertise meets the passion. They will not only share the expertise but also encourage us to think critically, to challenge the norms, and to innovate something new. I encourage you to take full advantage of this presence, ask questions, seek guidance, and be open to the new ideas. These experts are here not just to teach but to inspire, so do not hesitate to engage actively with them. Our primary goal of Just Agriculture is to empower each participant to think beyond the conventional agriculture, adopt innovation solutions, and explore entrepreneurial opportunities. Whether you're a farmer, student, researcher, or a budding agripreneur, this program is tailored to help you grow and make an impact. By the end of this program, we hope that each participant will leave with a deep understanding of modern agriculture and agripreneurship, the ability to implement innovative solutions in their respective fields, and the confidence to become leaders and change makers in your communities. Whether you're a farmer and a farmer seeking better methods, a student aspiring to make a difference, or a researcher exploring new possibilities, or an entrepreneur aiming to create a business in agriculture, this program is gonna be with you, and it will design the mind like you that. I urge each of one of you to make the most of this opportunity, engage actively in the discussions, and ask the questions. Once again, I welcome you all to the Agri Explore 21. I look forward to witness the growth, the ideas as an inspiration that will emerge from this program. So thank you, and let us get started to this exciting journey. Moving forward, we have two speakers with us today. At the first place, we have Dr. M. Hanumantappa sir, Vice Chancellor in the University of Agricultural Sciences, Raichur, Karnataka. Before inviting Sir to deliver his talk, I would like to give a brief introduction about Sir. So, Dr. M. Hanumantappa sir joined as Vice Chancellor in the University of Agricultural Sciences, Raichur, Karnataka on 28th of October 2022. Prior to this, he served in other agriculture universities in various capacities such as Professor, Associate Professor of Research in US, Bangalore, Dean of Horticulture, Registrar, Director of Research and Director of Education at Shivamogga, Karnataka. Dr. M. Hanumantappa sir belongs to Vijayanagar district in Karnataka state. He has obtained his MSc degree from US Dharwad and PhD from US Bangalore. Sir has more than 31 years of experience in teaching, research and extension and administration as well, and has guided several masters and PhD students. He has handled many externally funded research projects leading to development of several technologies. Sir is instrumental in developing and commercializing various agricultural technologies. He has to his credit more than 110 research papers, 22 books, and more than 50 popular articles and extension bulletins. Several training programs, Krishi Melas, national and international conferences were organized under Sir's leadership. Sir has also served as member of Academic Council, Research Council, Extension Council, and Undergraduate and Postgraduate Board of Studies in agricultural universities. So, sir, your experience is well reflecting from your personality. We are more than happy to have you here today. So I would like to invite you to the podium now and address all our participants. So podium is all yours, sir. Please.
Thank you, Priti Vatsa. So,
Thank you,
first
sir.
of all, I'd like to thank the Just Agriculture giving me opportunity to share few things with you. And I would like to welcome all the participants, especially students, budding scientists, farmers, as well as any other entrepreneurs. So this is a very, very important topic as given, and they are doing very well with respect to the 21 days winter school. This is the topic very much required at present days, since we are changing a lot of with respect to the climate change, particularly precision farming techniques, status, and challenges, priorities under Indian context. So that this is very much required at this stage. So we would like to know details about the what is the condition and what is the fate of the precision agriculture in India. So precision agriculture usually it is in USA and other countries, they are doing very well with respect to the land holdings are more in their area, but Indian context is very difficult. As one of the great scientist, Raj Khosla, is visited to the India, he is telling that precision farming agriculture makes Indian roads. He is published in the after visiting the India, is published in the one of the newsletter in North American. Their growers has been practicing a precision agriculture from the decades. So, and one of the look at this average farm holding fields in the USA is more than dozen and then 100 acres. But in case of India, we are having a very, very meager land holdings and very marginal farmers are there. So we can see this is Raj Khosla from USA. He visited to the India and he looking into this instrument, especially this is a tractor mounted different equipments. So how they are adapted because of the tractor is only cultivation aspect. Other times we can make use the very effectively by attaching many other combined harvester immediate small and marginal farmers how we are going to use. So similarly, we are thinking in that Indian context, we have to think the precision agriculture. We thought that we are having a less holding. We thought that we have a very good fertility, and then there is no much variation. Even within the field, we can see that this is our scientist Raj Khosla visited the Indian condition. This is our soil sampling and precision agriculture makes India in road. He has very clearly monitored. And this is the Colorado State University Professor Raj Khosla. He is a person. They started the project at in our state, particularly North Karnataka. Our university has adopted the precision farming agriculture project. So this is our state area, domain area from different districts. But in respect to the our university jurisdictions, nearly 7 districts are there. This is the Hyderabad, Karnataka. We have a 371J status. So with this, we are having a major crops, particularly pulse as well as a rice. That is treated as a pulse bowl. We have a GI tag for our red gram variety. We can export the international market with respect to the red gram and as well as a Bengal gram. These are the pulse bowl. And with respect to the rice bowl, and this is we have two command areas, especially Tungabhadra project and Upper Krishna project. These command areas, major is rice bowl. In addition to that, we have a cotton and as well as chili. These are also extensively grown in our regions. So at present in Indian context, we have a really India today. What is the area? More than 70% of the world is human and 11% of livestock population is the world. So that is 4% of the world waters we have, and the 2.4% of the world's area we have occupied. Nearly 142 million hectares are cultivated land. Out of that, 60 million hectares are net irrigated land. Nearly 33% we have irrigated. So our cropping intensity is around 138%, and the Indian population earns livelihood agriculture nearly more than 52%. So our GDP contribution about 14%, and total exports earning nearly 13%. So in India, and what is the world food basket? What is the Indian position? We can very clearly see the cereals, wheat, coarse grains, rice, and maize, oil seeds, sugar, meat, and as well as milk and fish. All these we have compared to the Indian. This is the red figure, and then this is the world, the scenario of the major food grains. With respect to earlier food grain production, we have a shift to mouth. Now we have surplus food grain production with respect to the cereals is concerned, yet to self-sufficient with respect to pulses and oil seeds. We can go through the 2013-14, we have this much, and then gradually increasing the food production, mainly because we have to increase our food production with respect to meet the demand of the increasing growing population in India. We are almost number one or number two in population, China and India, so that we have to increase the food production. So that this is the trend. We have almost 2022, 23, 23, 24, nearly 320, 340, nearly 340 millions we are going to produce these things with respect to the food grain is concerned. So with respect to the agriculture, what we have to do? So we should not be any variation with respect to rupee as well as dollar. There should not be much variation, and the development versus environment. So we have to expect more from less area, less soil, less, we are expecting more. So we have to think in different way, starch to protein for the healthy food. And we have to stress agriculture, secondary agriculture. We have to give a more stress on the next agriculture is a secondary. We have already produced sufficient. We have to go through give much more importance to secondary agriculture. That is value addition. We have to specialize agriculture. With respect to the agriculture, food, nutrition, healthy, and environment and employment. All these is linked each another. We have to agriculture directly related to the food production. Food production, if it is good, nutrition is also good, then this health is good. So if it is health and everything is good, environment and employment will be opportunity. So all together we have call it as a one health. If it is soil is healthy, it will plant is healthy. If the plant is healthy, animal will also healthy, and man is also healthy. So that we have to one health, that is particularly we have to utmost take care with the soil and plant nutrition and as well as water management with respect to the precision agriculture and skill and youth in agriculture. Now there is a lot of skills are coming up. So India is giving a much importance to Skill Council of India, particularly agriculture. We have to use the skills. So this is the health condition. We have to good health, and this is the agriculture produce, and then this is the condition we have. So the future food and farming nearly 2050. What is the future? We have to nearly 70% of the population in cities. So by 2050, so we have to by 2030 we have to make a zero hunger index. With that, we have to see the 70% increase in agriculture production we can anticipate it. Especially we have to see the field crops, livestock, fisheries, and horticulture crops and agroforestry. This is the area we have. Field crops are more, at least horticulture. We are already crossed the production of agriculture crops with respect to horticulture crops, and we equally contribute the livestock and fisheries. So what world is running out of the water. So this is very, very, we have to take utmost care. We are a shortage of water in the future. So that wherever we can see the groundwater, and then on Indian context, we can see this is especially 2 million acres per year irrigated land lost from agriculture. This is giving a alarm signal for red signal to the Indians and all other countries in the worldwide. Particularly, we have to see the upper Gangetic plains. We are having a very severe alarm. This is the very, very dangerous sign. So we have to think very carefully while using the water. Already South Africa and in Indian context, we are especially Chennai, we are shortage of water. So we have to take utmost care in the metropolitan city by using the water. As per the reports of Gelson and Associate in the published in the Nature, this is the already 10 years back result. However, it is a much more than we have to see this, how we have classified. What are the challenges with respect to our planet? So we have to maintain planet. Our planet is one of the sustainable goals among the 17 agricultural sustainable goals. We give utmost care to our planet, so that how and where we have to produce the food. We have to produce the food because of population goes on increasing. One of the most important conservation issues of the 21st century, we have to think in this line. And also we have challenges of sustaining of life. This is very, very important. So increasing crowded planet, nearly more than 7 billion people grows more complicated every day because of challenging we have to sustain. By 2050, our planet is the home for another 2 billion people. So that we have to take utmost care with respect to the planet is concerned. We should not produce any pollution with respect to soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution, all the pollutions. We have to avoid the greenhouse gases by taking utmost care, by making the agriculture into the precision farming. How we will feed them all? So this is challenging. Not only will there be more people, but everyone will have more money, but more money to spend, but we didn't have a food for that. So that we are facing utmost shortage of food production in future. We have to very carefully use the resources like land, water, and other things. So we have to make an integrated system of production practices having a site-specific application that will over the long-term benefits with respect to the site-specific management of them. So in order to satisfy the food and fiber needs, we have to enhance the environmental quality and also use of natural resources for utmost care. So we have to think most efficient use of non-renewable energies and on-farm resources, and we have to integrate the by using the integrated farming system. One component output may be useful for the other component input, so that we have to circulate the resources very effectively, manage the effectively, and we have to use the non-renewable energy like wind energy and solar energy, so that we can have integrate the resources very effectively. And in order to economic viability of on-farm, we have to sustain ourselves, reduce the cost of cultivation, and enhance the quality of the life for farmers and society as a whole in order to maintain the integrated farming system, natural farming system, and also organic farming system. We have to integrate one and another. So this is the very, very important with respect to the production is concerned. If you go through the uh, farm size, we have a very, very meager farm size with respect to, if you see the Uttar Pradesh, this is the area, we have only 0.23 to 0.6 hectares of land per capita availability. Lands holdings are very, very small with respect to small and large. In India itself is a small and marginal farming. That's why very difficult to apply with respect to the precision farming. We have to think in that line. So in future, compared to the Punjab and Bengal, we have a more 1.2 to 2.67 hectares of land. This is the Indo-Gangetic plants. We are very, very small and marginal farmers. We have to see that. What is the precision farming? As per the Raj Khosla and Coach is given in 2003. This is an art and science of utilizing a innovative site-specific techniques for management of special and temporal variability using a affordable technology for enhancing output efficiency and profitability of agriculture production in an environmental responsible manner without affecting the environmental. We have to use the site specific and temporal variability. This is the technologies we can use the enhancing the output as given by the Raskosala and Koch. So how we have to assessing the variation, and also how we have to measuring the variation and evolution is very much required by using the 4R rule. So we have to use the right source. The source should be very pertinent to the particular source, either nutrient source or herbicide source, any other source. It should be a right source, and we have to apply in right method. Should not be any broadcasting and then simply flooding and those things we have to avoid. We have to right method only. We have to with the right rate. Dosage should be indiscriminate use of fertilizer and chemicals leads to a lot of problem with respect to the Indian agriculture is concerned. So that we have to think at most care using the especially non-renewable inputs, especially fertilizers and all those things. We have to right rate and right time. As and when required by the crop, at that time only it has to apply. Otherwise, it will be waste. So this is the early precision as designed by J. Jatartul seed drill. So this is the seed drill designed by the in the 17th century. So we have to think what is the precision water management, especially we have to give utmost care with respect to the water management. We have to see the dream crop as well as conventional crop. We have to go through site specific irrigation, looking to the soil type and as well as what is the type of soil. Look, based on that only we have to irrigate, deliver the optimum irrigation water over an entire field. Entire field or irrigation should be uniformly irrigate, and we have to monitor and control the irrigation in the tune of soil moisture. As per the requirement of soil moisture by the crop, then only we have to. Here, see, we can see the conventional crop is required a long duration and it is having a more number of water required for the long duration. So in order to avoid that short duration, it is a very quick completion of a life cycle. This has been a dream crop. That is that we have to think is what is the type of crops and duration. So we have to think water is a gold, but we are thinking that water is the none of our father property. We are going to use as and when required, especially command areas. They are using unscientifically, method. This one they have followed. That leads to a lot of problem with respect to the water logging, salinization, and alkalinization. They are thinking that, especially at region people, they are using simply flooding of water. They have to expose a lot of problem. It is not a luxury. Who has to care it? So that this is the very, very, we have to treat it. The water is very, very important. We have to treat it as a gold. Now, waterlogging, salinization, and alkalinization is the highest in our country. So that every year we are losing the irrigated land, nearly 2 billion hectares of irrigated agricultural land. So that we have to take utmost care while using the. See, here we can see the water, the importance of water, how we have to take that water. If you want to produce 1 cup of coffee, we are spending nearly 140 liters of water preparation of 1 cup of coffee. We have to think very carefully while using the water. So if you produce 1 kg of wheat, nearly 1,350 liters of water, so that we need of this one. So avoid this one. So in order to produce the 1 kg of maize grains, nearly 900 liters is required. With respect to the rice, rice is our main staple food crop. So we are going to flood like anything, and we are using 1 kg to get a rice for eating. Nearly 3,000 liters water is required. If you want to prepare 1 liter of milk, nearly 1,000 liters of water for the animal requirement, and also nearly 16,000 of liters of water required for 1 kg of beef production. If you look into the water requirement of the different crops by production of this, we have to think very carefully by using the water, so that water is a very precious input. So next is our challenging in crop per drop. As per our Prime Minister's dream, more crop per drop of water. So here you see the looking to the how we are wasting the water. Water is wasted through evaporation, wind drift, transpiration from the vegetation, and as well as infiltration losses, depercolation losses, runoff losses, evaporation from the soil surface losses. So in order to avoid these losses, we have to take utmost care while doing the precision in water management. So this is is it the precision agriculture management? It is clearly indicate it is not a precision. Is it irrigation proper method? Simply they have flooded like anything. This is even is a flooded. There is a undulating of land surface. One side irrigated, other side. So it's also lot of problem. Here will crop will not coming up. Some of them flooding will be affected, and also here there is no water. So that we have to take utmost. This is irrigation. This is the crop condition. So that we have to go for the precision. So we have to think in precision management. This is the way we have to irrigate the crop with the pivotal irrigation, and as well as subsurface irrigation and sprinkler irrigations. So this is the traditional land level. Land leveling is very, very important while irrigation, methods of irrigation. So that we have to uniform land leveling, definitely good crop establishment, and also increases the yield, and water will not be wasted. So earlier we are traditionally using through bullock by following this this one, and then tractor leveler we also adopted earlier. Now we have to think in laser leveling to increasing the water use efficiency. If you use the laser level, definitely it will be increasing nearly 30 to 40% of water increase in precision agriculture. That we can increase the cropping area under irrigation and as well as production. So this is our university work. So this is the laser leveling, so that it will be everything hydraulic cylinder. It is there. As for the control box, this is received with the as and when the variation in the field, it is uniform. This is the field. We have land level and as and under the precision farming project. So what do you mean by precision? The precision means how to irrigate, when to irrigate, how much to irrigate, what method of irrigation, where to irrigate, when to irrigate. These things we have to take care with respect to the precision agriculture. So some of them have a misconception about the water resources. Water resources are unlimited. They think water is simply available. India having plenty of water, especially coastal areas, we are receiving nearly 3,000 to 4,000 million, and dry regions 300 to 400 million. So we are running shortage of water in the coastal all along the coastal of India, southwestern, east coast as well as coast, they are receiving a highest rainfall. It's a waste goes to the sea. So that we have to, they think like that. Water is available at the no cost. They are thinking like that. So irrigation, more irrigate, they are thinking that line. More, if we irrigate more, we are getting good yield. This is the wrong concept. How, especially as I said earlier, head-rich farmers, especially command areas, they have simply they have fed it, and irrigation with the hill method of irrigation leads to many of the salinity, alkalinity, and soils are loose with respect to the salinity effect. So underground aquifers supply limitless water, and also supply of irrigation water. The farmer is thinking the duty of the government. They are thinking that the supply of water is the duty of the government. These are the misconception about the water resource with respect to the farm. So that we have to, what are the benefits with respect to the drip irrigation or sprinkler irrigation or any good method of irrigation. So we can reduce the water by using the drip. We can increase the area by another 20 to 30% by saving by this adapting this method, and reduce the labor cost. Actually, as and when required, the drip and driplets placed the nearby the root zones. Definitely, it will be useful entire the canopy region. So reduce the fertilizer use. We can go through the fertilizer by drip irrigation through fertigation. Definitely reduce the fertilizer use, quantity use, and also fertilizer use efficiency also increase. Reduce the pesticide use. I can also, we can reduce the pesticide utilization, and also avoid the pollution with respect to the excessive indiscriminate use of fertilizer and as well as pesticide. This, by reducing these, definitely we can improve our environment and also improve the flexibility and reduce the risks, especially unnecessary bearing the cost as well as plant as well as human health. Improve the quality and uniformity. Uniformity field we can see can reduce the yields also and increases the yields and maximum water use efficiency with respect to this drip irrigation condition. So our income and quality uniformity increase. These are the, you can reduce, we can save by this precision drip irrigation system. Definitely will helpful for the increasing the revenue also. So some of the prerequisites of precision irrigation, you have to monitoring the water through sensors. So sensor by groundwater sensors for the irrigation quality, water quality analysis, and sensor for the water conveyance monitoring, and also sensors for the canal maintenance, and also sensor for the soil moisture. Based on the sensors, they are given a real-time moisture basis. We are going to install the different sensors in the soil. It will, as and when required by the plant, definitely it will take the water. Otherwise, we simply flooding is waste. So that we have to think 10 centimeters gypsum blocks and other we have installed in the field as and when required in real-time basis, they will use. So this is the real-time wireless smart sensors scheduling irrigation in USA. This is the soil grid irrigation management zones, different zones they have managed, zone A, zone B, zone C, zone D. They have been converted. This is installed in real-time basis as and when we can monitoring the field directly by instruments. So our university has worked with respect to the this method of alternate wetting and drying instead of continuous flooding by maintaining a 5 centimeters above the soil. So in order to avoid, definitely it will also increasing the yield by 10 to 15% and 15 to 30% without yield loss. So it can definitely integrate this one. So intermittent irrigation are controlled with the alternate flooding and wetting. Compared with the traditional flooding, this is the alternate wetting and using the lowland rice cultivation can be reduced the water input by nearly 15 to 30% without yield loss. So this is the PVC pipe, which is a holes up to 15 centimeter installed in the field, paddy field. So we can measure the water depth nearly 5 and below the soil surface. Then only we can irrigate. Even the soil the cracks, it will not affect the yield. So definitely alternate wetting increases the yield of rice, and also we can save the water at an extent. So this is the in the field install in the field. So this is the actually PVC 5 volt with it has been installed in the paddy field. So this is the below soil surface is 20 centimeter, and water at the 5 centimeter depth, water will be saving nearly 30%, and yield is also increases. Definitely it will save the certain extent. It is very simple method. It is a research outcome of our university. So we can see the alternate wetting and drying in paddy, how we are going to say this is the complete flooding. This is the depth of 5 centimeters above the soil surface. This is the root zone. We can have this much of, this is the soil surface. This is here, actually, we are not required by the water, only moisture, only up to this point, 5 centimeter in the depth, we can definitely, it can irrigate the safe alternate wetting. We can increase the crop field. So this is the field installed by, this is the in the farmers field of our region. So we have to low energy precision agriculture, LIPA and LISA. So low elevation sprinkler application. So this the technology originally designed by the center pivot irrigation areas without short water supply and high energy costs. So LIPA means places the emitter takes place are near or just above the soil surface, but LISA has the sprinkler located 3 feet or less above the soil surface. We can have this one, you can type of this one. This is LIPA and LISA, both are double the number of sprinklers on central pivotal basis. So this is the setup in the automation in irrigation under our integrated farming system units in the green glasshouse and greenhouse condition. Definitely as and when we set the time, it will automatically on and off. This is our integrated farming system we have installed in our university under the precision farming project. So we can ask ourselves, is it really precision nutrient management? Even within the field, lot of variation with respect to the nutrient management and crop condition. Definitely we have to grow through the precision farming. It's very much, otherwise our yields will not be there. So our resources will be simply wasting. So that we have to think in that line. We have to ask ourselves, this is the crop condition in the, without apply the proper fertilizers, proper nutrients and irrigations. So need a precision plant nutrition is very much in order to increased land degradation, depleted water resources, socio-economic need for enhanced productivity for unit land and water and time. That is most important in the precision agriculture. Reduce the cost of cultivation and inputs. Definitely in precision agriculture, we can reduce the requirement of fertilizers, and also wastage will be avoided, and avoid the environmental pollution because of increased increased and indiscriminate use of fertilizers and chemicals. So that we have to avoid the pollution. So enhance the quality of life and food. Definitely, if you go for precision farming or plant nutrition, it will enhance the life and food of this one. So how to achieve this precision with respect to the start with sampling. Earlier we have random sampling. We can have a random sampling. We are analyzing. But now we have to go with the, because of within the field, there is a lot of variation. We have to go in grid 1 to 90, 112 grids. We are preparing in the square of 10 by 10. So this is the, even the within the soil plant, same plant, lot of variation with respect to the nitrogen availability per acre. So you can see this is the area we are receiving only 0 to 30. If you plant here crop, here definitely it will be nutrient will be shortage. So we have to apply nutrient, especially N nutrient here. In case of 31 to 40, these are the area we are having this much nutrient availability, and this is the area around 41 to 50. And in this area, we have a excess nutrient availability. So the lot of variation with respect to the nutrient availability within the plot, we have to go with the grid sampling. So whole field sampling supplies assumes the condition are the same everywhere. Within the field, there is a lot of variation. If we are assume this is the sampling, this is the grid sampling, we are assuming that this is the entire everything is correct. But if you look the variation in the within the field, a lot of variation with respect to the grid sampling is concerned. This area is this is how the variation with the green as well yellow and red. So lot of variation with respect to the availability of the nutrient. So the management zones breaks the field into areas of a similar condition, better assessment of variability, and it is somewhat expensive also. So this is our university plot. We have studied with respect to the based on the grid sampling. Here also a lot of variation in the zones with respect to the soil is concerned. So this is in cotton field, lot of nutrient availabilities, variation with different parts. So this is the soil fertility maps we are prepared based on the availability of the zinc, manganese, and as well as copper and as well iron. So this is the variation with respect to the fertilizer. Wherever the red line, we have a deficit of zinc. Similarly, we can also, here there is no much deficiency with respect to the manganese is concerned. So we have a sufficient manganese wherever this one, and we have a marginal this one, and there are not much. This is also we have seen the red lot of deficient with respect to the iron, and with respect to the here also certain spots where if we deficit with the iron, we can't get some of these micronutrients play a major role. It will affect the extent of it, so that we have to prepare a fertility maps in grid sampling. Nearly we have 350 hectares of land. We have prepared a soil fertility map with respect to the micronutrient availabilities also. Precision nutrient management using the decision tools. Some of the tools we can using is pad meter and also LCC leaf color charts. So we can use the leaf color, whether it is a green, lust green, and dark green. We have to see that based on that leaf color charts, we have to apply fertilizers as and when required, and also pad meter readings also give. So in case of recommendation is maize, LCC shades nearly 5, apply 25 kg of urea per acre. Like that, we have recommended for rice, LCC shades nearly 4, so that we have to apply as per this one LCC and as well as SPAD values. So we have to follow some methods. So this one, randomly select 10 healthy plants where we have plant distribution in the uniform area. Then only we can get a good results. If it is ununiform area, if we select, we will not get any good result. Then we have to select a uniform field, 10 leaves, and select the topmost fully exposed and healthy leaf in each of 10 plants. Take LCC reading by placing the middle part of the leaf on the top of the LCC color strips and compare. Then we can get a very good. Don't detach the leaf and don't expose the LCC direct sunlight during the readings. It will be error in noticed. So that will not be serve our purpose. We have to take utmost care while doing taking the record. So some person should take the LCC readings at the same time of the day between 8 to 10 a.m. That is also good. If more than 5 out of 10 leaves have reading below 5 in image, 4 in transplanted rice. We have to go for the below 3 in direct wet seeded rice. Apply 25 kg N per hectare. So repeat the LCC readings every 7 days until the first flowering. Different sets of 10 leaves can be used for each weekly reading. These are the method we have to follow. What are these are advantages? Very cheap. It is 100 rupees per piece. We can easily purchase and use for this LCC charts. So, and then farmers can easily use this in order to know the qualitatively N status. Accordingly, a top dressing he can apply. So it helps to manage the N at larger area, leading to higher fertilizer usage, especially paddy and other cereal crops required more when these LCC color charts are very useful, reduce the risk associated with the fertilizer application, and also nearly 25 to 30% of fertilizer of N application. If you apply N, it will be a lot of volatilization and deep erosion, and then many other losses we have occurred in the N fertilizer. It helps to synchronize the N supply and crop demand as and when required. Then when it will be, otherwise waste will be avoided. See, if we here in case of as per the disease, apply N high N dose, since it is a light green color, you have to apply more. Apply baseline N dose. Apply a little, or if it is not applied, that is good, because this is the condition. That's good. So this is the reading directly correlated with the LCC readings with the total dry matter. Dry matter production is very important for the food grain production, so that it will transfer the entire into the source to sink. So relationship between the LCC threshold and total dry matter production and sweet corn, direct relation. This is also LCC directive with the SPAT readings also. So some of the, based on the light transmission through the leaves, we can detect the instrument instantly provide the estimate the leaf N status chlorophyll content by clamping the leaf tissue in this meter. We can get the chlorophyll reading values from 0 to 9. Depending upon the critical SPAD values, and apply N and when, as and when required, below the critical limits, so that it will avoid the unnecessary use of. Threshold value may be vary among the varieties, hybrids, and environmental condition. We can change that as per the requirement. Efficient tools, but being relatively expensive, may not be owned by individual, small and marginal. That is the difficult with respect to the holding this type of instruments. So record this pad meter reading by inserting the middle portion of the leaf in the leaf split. Spad meter will give the wet leaves, widespread, unusually tall or short should be avoided. This type of we can avoid to minimize the spillover effect of the sampling has to be done in the least at least 15 readings from randomly selected plants leaves in a plot. So this is the sampling area, is the leaf color region. So this is the SPAD readings directly correlated with the total dry matter production. So similarly, all this yield also correlated with the N application, and the nitrogen application rate is also similarly total dry matter and total dry matter. This one also LCC readings and leaf area index also correlated with the total dry matter production. So another one is the green seeker. This is also we can normalize the difference. NDVI we can record through near infrared red rays and minus red, and near infrared red plus red. We can get through this one meter. So independent light nearly 0.1 to 0.99. So here already 0.83 is a very good sensor for light emitting lights, LED lights, generate the red and near red lights. So this is a sensing equipment. We can 2 to 3 feet above the plant. We can sense the predicting the mid-season yield potential and predict the potential response of N application and yield potential achievable with the added N fertilizers can also we can know the by this green seeker, generating the fertilizer N rate recommendation by using this green seeker. So this is the way we are getting the result from this green seeker instrument. So light detection, light generation. So the 30 to 50 inches. So this is the light signal calculated NDVI an index related to the plant's green biomass. So this is the sensor sampling approximately 1,000 measurements per second and average measurements between the output of 0.4 inches. This is the instrument is green seeker. We can by hand or else we can go through the instrument is recording the spade values with respect to the green seekers. This is the tractor mounted. This is a sensing crop health. We can see this is a healthy plant. This is stressed plant. We can study the visible light near infrared. This is the way we are recording the green seekers. This is also mounted with the tractors, transported receiving electrodes. This is the instruments we are using. This is the tractor mounted green seekers can directly send the readings in order to apply the fertilizer. So some of the high-tech tools for site-specific crop nutrient management we are using. These are the tools we are using the yield predictions and what is the crop condition, everything we can predict a site-specific crop nutrient management as and when required. We can definitely through sensor-based irrigation and soil test, potash, NPK, all this we can know the yields. So this is the nutrient management for rice in Philippines. This is what they are doing. This is the web-based nutrient rate decision tools. So this is also we can basic steps of site-specific nutrient management. Step 1 and step 2. This is the from climate. This is from the application of nutrients. Step 3, they are feeding of the crop through inorganic matter. This is the way we are going to nutrient export from hybrid maize. This is the current nutrient management practice, planting density, site-specific nutrient management, source of splitting, and profit analysis. This is the way we are going to nutrient exports from hybrid maize help us to how to increase the yields of maize without affecting is the they have as per the getting they are getting. So this is the Android-based app for nutrient management system. This is also they are going to record the Android-based nutrient management system in maize field. So this is the way they are comparing the by Android-based mobile apps. So these are the things we can get the spade values count and all other things. We can get the information for this. This is a next this is a precision nutrient management, precision water management over. Next we have to precision plant protection. So we are also we reduce the rate by reduce the number of times for effective chemical use of effective and also use of low volume with drones that we can reduce the rate and change of method of application by drones and also change of chemicals right from normal chemicals to nano fertilizers. We can see the insect damage and definitely we can control the plant protection through precision management. So we are using the drones for quick apply, right, and as per the sensor-based irrigation, this is the method, increase the production and adaptive techniques and also greater safety. So less wastage with respect to the, and it is a faster with respect to the application is drones. This is the unmanned vehicle. Definitely it will improve the crop production and also less quantity application and avoid the other things. This has to be needs to address and this accuracy is 99%. So that we can also now present our university, we are already technology delivered with respect to the cotton paddy and as well as chili. So these are the weed these drones used in these cases. Farmers also using through our KVKs. So we have a drone training to our students also we are giving, and also that is also we have included our uh, uh, curriculum in the subject with respect to the drones activities. With drones, we can also, through drones, we can map the weeds. What type, through image processing technique, what is the weed quantity, what type of weeds, how much weeds, what is the intensity, how we are going to apply, what is the quantity we have to apply, what type of herbicide we can apply. We can decide by pointing this is the pictures of the field, and this is the captures from the drones. Site-specific treatment, there's a weed management. What type of weeds we are directly we can reduction of herbicides unnecessary as and when if it sensors available as the weed is there, it will be spray. So that like that will once the feed will there is no wastage with respect to the drone is chemical is concerned. Developing of database, a special and temporal functions of fluctuation of weeds. So determination of type of chemical and it is a exact doses of for spraying application. Information of weed density and its distribution in the field definitely we can know through image processing technique. In already we have studied with the paddy and other field crops through image processing technique, particularly in collaboration with the MIT, Manipal Institute, we have already produced some of the PhD thesis with respect to the weed identification in the paddy fields and also forecasting of the disease and pest. That also we are using the drones by deep learning, machine learning things. So these are the how we are getting the very effective with respect to the drone spraying. Spraying droplets, deposition rate, droplet area coverage, and droplet density, and sprayer with compared with the knapsack sprayer and tractor mounted sprayer. This is the drone spraying, both upper as well as bottom leaves area can be very effectively controlled with respect to the droplet coverage is concerned, and with respect to this is the spray 36 and 30 upper and lower. With compared to the knapsack sprayer, the only top leaves can be covered, very lower extent of lower leaves that may not be effective with respect to the knapsack sprayer is concerned, upper and bottom. So that lot of variation with respect to the knapsack sprayer and tractor mounted sprayers. Some of these precision spraying with respect to drones versus our farmers' practices. The field capacity, the extent of field capacity nearly 2.4 hectares per hour, approximately 6 acres per hour we can cover with respect to the drone is concerned. The cost of operation is 1,500 per acre, nearly 600 rupees per acre. This is the hour basis and acre basis we can, and more area can be covered. That is about nearly 2 to 2.5 hectares per hour as compared to the 0.4 to 0.5 hectares in manual spraying and also 0.8 to 1 hectares area in the tractor operation. This is very clearly indicates that drones can definitely helpful with respect to the area coverage and spraying operation. So save the time nearly 86% to our knapsack sprayer and 72% to our tractor. This is a boom tractor operated boom sprayer. This clearly indicates that we are having a lot of advantages with respect to drones is concerned. Reduce the human drudgery, especially we cannot, humans are not able to spray uniformly from beginning to end. Later hours, definitely they will not spray uniformly with respect to the spraying is concerned. This is not a problem with respect to the drones. So reduce the human drudgery definitely involved in spraying operation as the farmers are not required to carry the spray tanks load. Reduce the occupational health hazards with respect to the farmers handling. Our farm families will affected a lot of with respect to the during the spraying time. So in order to avoid that, we have to go with the drone spraying. So operators will be far away from the chemical application zones. This is the not near to this one. This is very certain extent. Definitely it will be useful. This is our status of our university, UAS Raichur. We have a 5-liter drone sprayer in pilot control and 10-liter drone sprayer, autonomous 3 numbers we have, 20 liters drone sprayers have. This is also we have drone with a multispectral image system and drone with this one, say RCGB sensor also we have. The problems associated with the adoption of precision farming technologies, ours is the major problem with respect to the fragmented and land holdings, and with respect to the lack of continuously monitoring the soil health and availability of the natural resources. So this is the very difficult to monitoring health and availability of this one. And as a climatic variations. So this is a lot of climatic variation with respect to during the wind and other aspects. That is very difficult to spraying with respect to that time. So that is the also operational constraints. Lot of operational constraints we are facing. Uncertainty in getting the various inputs, particularly for this precision farming is coming. Absence of long-standing and uniform agricultural policy. We don't have any perfect agricultural policy. So lack of success stories in order to clear demonstration, large-scale demonstration to convince our farmers. We don't have much. This is where in initial stage. At present stage, we are going to instead. That's why in future, definitely it will carry forward the good message to the everyone. Already they have started for the use of mechanization in agriculture lot more extent. Lack of technical expert at local level. This is the very difficult. So at the farm level, field level, at the unreached place, very difficult to get the expertise special with respect to the operation of these things. Land ownership, that is also very, very important with respect to infrastructure and institutional constraints. Also, we are facing the this one land ownership is also data because it is a different ownership having. So some of the possible strategies how we have to adapt with respect to the precision farming. We have to go with the farmers cooperative. On cooperative basis, definitely it will be helpful for adapting. There is a single farmer, may not be with a small and farmer. So we have to pilot projects. We have to on university level and other the Department of Agriculture. We have to make some pilot projects and demonstrate the projects. Definitely will be helpful for the. You have to plan for that. Agriculture input suppliers, extension advisors, and consultant play important role with respect to the spread of this technology. Our agricultural scientists, along with the input dealers and others, things, they are definitely able to address these issues in the rural areas. Combined efforts of researchers and government. This is the very much required. We have to, in coordination with the government, definitely it will be already this year, a lot of fund, nearly 1,250 crores has been installed for this is the drone sprayers, drone aspects in the central budget. Public agencies should consider applying a free data such as a remotely sensed imaginary to the universities and research institutions involved in precision farming. This data definitely it will helpful. You have to share the wherever the data operated by the remote sensing agency. Definitely it will helpful for the researchers as well as any precision farming adapters. So increasing the mechanization in agriculture, definitely it will be helpful for automation, increasing the contract farming and all these things. These are the possible strategies with respect to the precision farming. So I hope that we have completed this one. We must change the way we have think. So that I think I thanks to the everyone for patient listening this lecture with respect to the precision agriculture. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. I am very much sure that our participants must have enjoyed and learned from the session. So, thank you so much once again on the behalf of all the participants and the team Just Agriculture, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, There is one question in the chat box, so that
Yes.
if you may please ask, I will try to ask you. Yeah, so the question is, can you suggest any medicinal plants in the agroforestry field in Raichur area?
Medicinal plants.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, here we can plant medicinal plants, definitely. That is particularly noni. Noni.
Okay, noni, it is there, sir. Yeah.
Noni. We
Yes, sir.
have noni and other medicinal plants also we have. That we can.
Okay, sir. I hope that answers to the participant. Sir, we are just waiting a minute if anybody else is having any other questions. So if it is there, I will ask you, sir.
Okay, man.
Participants, please drop your queries in the chat box, or you may also unmute yourself and ask
I,
to sir as well. So may I please request you to check your chat box as well? Sometime one or two questions may be there in
okay.
your chat box.
I will answer, no problem. You
Yes,
can
sir.
respond with.
Hello, sir. Hi, sir.
Hi.
I'm Nityashri. I'm pursuing MSc Horticulture, sir.
Ah,
I have two questions.
yes.
One on you have said about the laser leveling technology,
Yes.
which is tractor mounted.
Tractor mounted, yes.
But if we tractor mounted something, tractor impression on the land, the soil gets hardened, sir. How can we recover from that? If
No,
the soil gets harder means, then there is no.
no, only leveling. Leveling will be reduced by making that the land should be uniform level. Wherever there is undulating land, it will detect by the laser level.
Okay, sir.
Hard, there is a tractor, as the same tractor we are installing this one instrument,
Okay.
that's all.
Okay, sir, but if the tractor is put on the land, the weight of the tractor also makes an impression on the soil. So the soil gets hardened. The plant will not come further.
No.
So I have a
So
doubt on that.
we have to improve the land leveling at zero undulation. We have to go for the laser levels.
Okay.
So as per the normal tractors, what we are using, same tractors we are using. There is no other tractor. We are just install that attachment.
Okay, sir.
No, much. We have already operated many in even Shumaga areas, this area also. Our experiments also clearly resulted. There is no much area. Even paddy fields also we have tried.
Okay, sir. So my second question is on weed mapping, sir. If we have beneficial weeds and non-beneficial weeds,
Yes.
the while mapping it and while eradicating that, if we suppose when in the process of eradicating the beneficial weeds instead of non-beneficial, it will be a major problem for us, sir.
Beneficial weeds means if weeds are major problem with respect to the crop, we have to invariably we cut. One
Yes,
or
sir.
two weeds may be beneficial.
Yeah.
That we will not. But what type of weeds are available in the field, we have to know very quickly. Instead of simply dumping up the pesticide or this is herbicides, we have already image processing technique. So identified the weeds, quantity of
Okay, sir.
herbs, that is sedges, broadleaf weeds, grass weeds. If the grass weeds, particular herbicides we are recommend. That's why
Okay, sir.
we have to, in order to know the quantity and quantify. And meantime, we have a digital technique with respect to the electronic solution for pest management, that is a ESAP. So that is our university technology. We are in real time basis, we can check the whether it is a nutrient deficiency or pests, disease, nearly more than 1,000 pests we can identify in real time basis. ESAP technology that is
Okay, sir.
adopted in the entire Karnataka state. It may be extended other 11 states shortly.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you for your information, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a good presentation, sir. I have ever heard. Nice one, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. So I am agronomist.
Okay, sir.
So I traveled all along the state, served.
Okay, sir.
Huh?
Actually, I'm unaware of these things, sir, because I'm being an horticulturist. I don't know about those things. So only I'm just picking on this question, sir.
In horticulturist also we have that is the technology. This is a forecasting of disease.
Yes, sir.
It is going on. In the
Yes, sir.
two projects we have completed in collaboration with the MIT Manipal. I am the research
Okay.
advisor for the MIT Manipal.
Okay,
So
sir.
many of the engineers are entering the agriculture now,
Okay, sir.
especially computer engineers and also
Mm-hmm.
mechanical and electronic engineers. They are mechatronics engineers also. They are coming into the agriculture. So
Yes,
agriculture is
sir.
the backbone of Indian. So that's
Yes,
why
sir.
we
Yes,
need more and more entering the agriculture. That's why now everybody is entering. There is a electronic communication, all these things through drones and all these things. Invariably, we have to go.
yes, sir.
Already we have a without a tractor, driverless tractor. Without a driver, we can operate the even tiller also. But only thing we have to harvest, we can suit it to our condition, our soil, our area, our
Yes, sir.
requirement. We have to think in due course of time, we have to invariably adapt the changing situations.
Okay, sir. Sir, nice talking to you, sir. Thank you so much for
Thank
this
you, thank you, thank
opportunity,
you,
sir.
thank
Thank you, sir.
you. Okay.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I am Dr. Shivakumar, Department of Agronomy from SRM College of Agriculture Sciences.
From
From SRM College of Agriculture Sciences, Chennai.
Chennai. Oh, tell me.
Yes, sir. I am also the Department of Agronomy,
Okay.
like you, sir. But my question is, nowadays we are using the drones, some other future technology. But in the practical problem of the drones is the wind turbulence. If
That's
you
what I
spray the
told.
Yes, if we spray the chemical on the droplet will be washed out, or it may be deposited on the leaf sheath through the military when the water droplets are rolled down from the leaf to petioles.
Yes.
So normally the petioles doesn't are the low level of stomatal compared to the leaf surface area.
So because of the drones, so the entire plant will be spraying with very quickly and then spraying uniform compared to the normal spraying. We have droplets are only top layer, but here entire plant will be sprayed. So sometime during the wind speed, even normal situation also we are facing that problem. But however, this is the condition we have to certain extent we can. That is the wind aberration. That is climate may not be supporting sometime. So that
Oh,
we
yes.
have to do.
Okay. My another question is, what about the efficiency percentage? It may be the from the traditional by
99,
using of the drones.
90% of efficiency I explained.
Sir, if it is
100% even. You take it as 100%.
100%.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Very nice to hear your questions. Since agronomist can manage everything.
Yeah, really, sir. Really.
Okay, okay.
Sir, you was,
Yes, tell me. Hello?
hello, sir. Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes.
Then automated drones, how it works, sir? Normally the pilot drones are it work well. But what about the automated drones, sir?
Now you have to feed the computer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If the entire field, wherever there is a land required irrigation or this is a nutrient requirement, then only there will droplets will be because based on the sensor.
Oh, yes, sir.
Sense.
Yes.
Even robotics will come.
Oh, yes.
That way I not covered robotics and all other things.
Oh, yes, sir.
Artificial
Yes,
intelligence,
sir.
machine learning, deep learning, not much, but it's
Yes, sir.
simply whichever is possible and application field I covered.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, I very thankful to you because I am listening the last 1 hour listening your lecture. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So, young scientist, next everything is laid on you only. You have to work and
Thank you,
you
sir.
have to design as per our requirement. This is your duty next.
Really.
Hmm.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks
Please
to,
continue, sir.
thanks to the Just Agriculture, Preeti, giving me opportunity to share few things with you and also all the participants. Once again, I thanks to everyone. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Have
you
a
so
nice
much.
day.
Thank you, sir.
So shall I leave?
Yeah, sir. Please, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Sunday is better day for us.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Weekdays
Actually,
I
sir, we are
cannot.
very much thankful. We had such a grateful presentation, sir, from your
Last
side.
time, this is because of in between I have a lot of commitments. I can't
sir.
cope up with our dates. Anyway,
sir.
this time I managed very well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, dear participants, moving ahead, we have next guest with us. So, for the next speaker, we have with us Dr. Megha Pradeep Jagtap, ma'am. She is an assistant professor, Department of Agronomy in VNM KV Prabhani. So, ma'am, can you listen to me?
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're purely audible.
So first of all, a very warm and good evening to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Dr. M. Hanumantappa. I'm also an agronomist. Sir, I'm very glad to meet you. Thanks. I learned whole your lecture. It was very informative.
Thank you.
And yes, I'm very privileged to have your talk, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, sir. Shall I
Thank
share
you,
my
ma'am.
screen?
Ma'am, I will just. Yeah, ma'am. Please,
Okay.
ma'am. Meanwhile, you share your screen. I will just give a brief introduction, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Okay, ma'am. So, dear ma'am as she mentioned, she's masters in agronomy and PhD from VMKV Prabhani and PGDM from Manage Hyderabad. Talking about ma'am's achievement, she's a recipient of Vasantrao Naik Award for Research Application offered by ICAR New Delhi. Ma'am is a recipient of Young Teachers Award in the year 2019 and Best Economist Award in 2022. She's having a 7 years experience of teaching, 3 years of experience in research, and 8 years of experience in agricultural extension. She is a life member of Indian Society of Agronomy India and life member of HKCBES China. Ma'am is an assistant editor in the International Journal of Agronomy Research Bangladesh. And if we talk about her publications and other academic pursuits, ma'am has been a contributor in various book chapters, and her recent projects include co-team member and nodal officer of Environmental Sustainability Plan of ICR, NAHEP CAST project on Center of Excellence for Digital Farming Solutions for Enhancing Productivity by Robots, Drones, and AGVs, funded by World Bank, and ICR New Delhi at Vasantrao Naik Mahindrawada Krishi Vidyapith Prabhani. So, ma'am, we are very much happy to have you here today, and all our participants are eagerly waiting to listen to you, ma'am. So, without any further delay, I would like to invite you to the podium, and please join us, ma'am, and address all our participants. So, please, ma'am.
Thank you, Priti. Thank you for your good words, and a very good evening to all of the participants, students, scientists, and higher authorities. I am going to present this topic, application of drone in precision agriculture. Being a nodal officer in the NAHEP funded ICR project was assigned to the VNMKV Parbhani, and in that we were privileged to work with the drones, and my students have worked also on the drone. Previously, drone was a very new thing, and in 1985, first was the Yamaha company who have introduced an UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle, and later it started application into the agriculture. And why we need to go for drones is the reason that the international market is growing very high rate with the drones, and there are the multiplication of the companies having production of the drones, and in the comparison India is far lacking, and to bring into the international race we have to go for the competition. And if you see the drones have so many uses in agricultural practices and agricultural operations, in which we can have the soil and field analysis, plantation, we can monitor growth, we can monitor the crop, we can do the geofencing, and we can go for the livestock management, check our crop health, prepare our weather glitches also. We can go for spraying and avoid overuse of the chemicals by adoption of the precision agriculture. These are the possibilities, and some of the possibilities are not possibilities. They are now the facts which are going to be implied. And if you see, previously it was the tractor operated, now it is the drone operated, and previous it was the man who is operating everything. We will depend on the power of the tractor or the buller. Now we are having the future with the data. We are now with the data oriented. We can go for the agricultural operations from the remote place, and that too with the accuracy. This is the future of agriculture with the technology. And for the future of the agriculture and advancement of the technology in the agriculture, one of the policy of the Indian government was to organize different mahotsav or different melas to popularize the applications and also to popularize Make in India. Drones companies to go for the production of the drones so that we can compete in the international market. And this was the event in the 2022, and it was definitely made popularized by our Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Narendra Modi sir. If you see the top industries using drones, they are using for the various purposes, and the major part for the real estate and photography. But actual application is in the agriculture, in the research, which is a very less part. And we as a scientist, we are focusing on application of the drone in agriculture. Okay. If you see the global agricultural drone market revenue, it is having the growth rate of 21.3%. It is projected up to 2026. And the highest growing market, it is the drone market. And at the international level, we are a beginner, while other countries are now they are the leaders in that technology. And we want to go for the competition, then we need to go for the adaptation. That's why drone is being implemented. Drone technologies are being made, evolved using different policy schemes. And if you know the drone is an aerial vehicle, now you know it all very well. But as a curiosity, I came to know that Mars rover is also a drone. It is done for the study of the Mars surface. And if we are interested in the agricultural drones, they are just with the two types, that is the fixed wings and rotary wings. And because their stability, capacity of the vertical and static flight, the basic difference between the aeroplane and drone is that aeroplane needs some time and some leap to take off. Okay, but in that case, contrary, drone can go for the vertically flight directly. They can fly vertically, and that's why this makes the very efficient, and it does not require so many things as an aeroplane, and it is having the stability, capacity of the vertical and static flight. And rotary wing UAVs, particularly multi-rotor, are the most commonly used. Okay, fixed wings are like in aeroplanes. They are fixed wings. They just go in round motion in one direction. But in the rotary wings, they just rotate on the top or the bottom of the drones, and they just fly vertically. That's why these rotary wings are the most popular for chemical sprays, and they are also useful in different agricultural operations. If you see the parts of drone, that is the antenna, propeller, control receiver, FPV transmitter, motor, power distribution panel, electric speed controller, FPV cameras are there, and flight controller. All these are the parts of the drone. This is just for your information. And how to fly a drone? If you see the control of any quadcopter, then you can move the throttle, pitch, and roll and yaw. Likewise, you have to move down and up, move forward and backward, bend left or bend right, and rotate left and rotate right. Likewise, you have to operate like this, the drone. This is a particular view of a drone. This is the thrust and this is the drag. This is the weight of the UAV. Just if you see the image of an pressure contours and velocity contours of the drone when it is acting or when it is flying in the air or on the field. If you see this is the orange area is the high pressure area, and this is the airflow that is the downward, and it is the bringing the air and pressing into the downward. Some Shiv Kumar in the previous lecture asked that the wind turbulence is a very big problem in drone. If he is there, I would like to share my experience, as I have conducted some experiments with the drones. If he is there, this high pressure, what it does, this high pressure press the air to the ground. This causes the total plant shaking, and the droplets that drops not only on the top level but to the total plant body, they will wet. That's why the application is having the good effect with the drones, because this airflow along with the droplets, they are pressurely imposed on the plant. And this is the reason that why the wind is having some circular motion, and some plants below the drone at a very low distance, they will just move the plants away from the erect position. And that's why this is one of the reason that some of the plants, they are not suitable for the close spacing. The mentioned space for the application of the spray is from 1 meter to 5 meter. That's why it is to be the distance maintained from the top of the canopy. So some of the agricultural drones available in the market, they are the DJI are the most common, and they are having good performance into the field, as they are this as the octocopter. They are having the capacity of the 10 kg, and they covers about 4,000 to 6,000 meter square area in just a few minutes, and it can be working with the workload capacity of the 10 kg or 10 liter volume. It requires battery of 12,000 milliamperes. Okay, and the area covered is very high, that is the 65 to 80 acres in a day. And this is a very big achievement when you have less time for the agricultural operations and you have the large area to be done. Okay, another is the DJI with the Agri 16, and this is a unique radar system that employs digital beam forming technology, which allows the 3D point cloud imagery, and this is useful for the precision mapping. Map may be for the soil fertility, so map may be for the pest occurrence, maybe the disease occurrence, and maybe the weed occurrence also. This is a digital beam farming is important when you have to go for the working with the atmosphere and assist the avoidance of the obstacles also. Now, if you see these nozzles are of eight nozzles are there, and they spray width is 6.5 meter and spray rate is 4.8 liters per meter, and area covered is 10 hectares per hour. Now, if you see some of the drones are there, they are used for the mapping. Why we go for mapping? You know that we need various maps, and we have to integrate the map with the applications. And some of the applications are used to build NDVI map for the topography mapping, weed detection, location mapping, and crop density analysis. This is having the very good, that is the flight planning can be done, and it is very easy to go for the precision mapping. So this is a parrot bluegrass field quadcopter. This is a drone, and this parrot is having a good cameras, and they can have the images with the different bands, and they can give directly you to the NDVI values also. You can go for determination of various ratios like NDVI, NDRI. Likewise, you can detect various indices also at the same time using the same image, and these are used for the field survey. Okay, it has the multispectral sensors. As you know that multispectral, they are having various spectrums. That is front camera is having RGB, red, green, and blue. And to event out the simple features, it includes with the such parrot field mobile app. It can be operated with the mobile. It is connected with the mobile, and you can get the information on the mobile. You can get the map on the mobile, and in the field you can understand the field operations and analyze the data of the crops. Okay, this is the parrot bluegrass. It is most commonly used, and we have the same. These are certain again available in the market. That is the DJI Matrix 100. Again, honeycomb. These are the various UAVs or the drones that are available with the market. Within the market, you can use it. If you see the drone applications for the field mapping, this agricultural land, we need mapping for the different reasons. Okay, and here we will find that this is an example where the yield mapping is done with the drone images. And if you see this red area, this is having the lesser yield as compared to the green part. Okay, and this image analysis, we can go for the determination of the variations, and that can be used for the variable rate technology. First, we need to go for the detection of variability, and then for the variability management. And this how we find out what is the variability, and then we go for the correction, and we go for the variable rate management technology in precision farming. Okay, this is also an example that cotton reddening mapping, that is the cotton field with the 55 days and stress. And this is also I'm happy to, this is also a research from Karnataka, and this is the field map with the help of the cotton, and stress is mapped with the index NDRE. Okay, this is how we go for the mapping. Now, employment of the drones in the different sprayings, agricultural operations, particularly in pest management. If you see the disaster of the locust was occurred in 2023, and it is a frequent thing that from the side of the Pakistan and from the deserts, the transportation of the or the migration of this locust is on very risk, and it is having a very disaster-like situation, that whole crop is on the 1,000 hectares is being demolished, is being damaged by this pest. And this locust was controlled using drone in the parts of the Rajasthan, Gujarat, and this was a very success story for the control of this locust. Again, livestock management can be done very well with the remote application of the drones, and large scale spraying on the forest areas, in the non-field areas, uncropped areas. Large scale application is also possible. A flood survey in Kerala, it was the recently we have seen. We can survey the flood also. We can go for the fertilizer spraying, and even crop growth monitoring we are doing with the drones also. And recently in administration also, you can find that the protection of the minerals like sand and excavation of the sand from the river basin, that was controlled with the local administration with the use of the drones. The drones were employed for the vigilance. If it effect of the drones on the weed control, we have done a comparative studies on the boom sprayer, knapsack sprayer, and drone sprayer. We have done the research, and this is I'm very proud that my student Chaitanya has done the work, and the publication is in the environmental research having the NAS rating of 14.43. What she has done, I will summarize it here. The comparative study of the knapsack and boom and drone sprayer for the weed management in the soybean we have done, and we used pendimethalin and imazimox, imazethapir, and as a post emergence, and the lowest weed index, that is 9.1, and highest weed control efficiency was observed due to the application of the drone. And drone sprayer saved the herbicide application time, water, and labor by 85%, and potential for the site specific weed management and future research on the using the drone spraying with the remote sensing techniques. We are also on the progress here. Go requirement, it is just the 8 hours with the treatment T1, that is the application of the knapsack, and water requirement is 625 liters, and the herbicide requirement was 2.5. Whereas when we go for the application of the drone, it was the 0.66 hour, and the water requirement was just 50 liters, and the herbicide requirement was 2.6. Okay, and it was only the pre and post emergence application combined, they required the 2.6 kg per hectare, while only the pre-emergence required 2.5. Here about 50% of the dose was double, 50% of the dose was reduced in the two applications. And as compared to the control, it was compared, and this is the, you can see the time requirement was less, water requirement was less, and herbicide requirement also was less. And one of the question was how effective it is. We calculate the work efficiency of the these three different sprayers, that is the drone sprayer, boom sprayer, and knapsack sprayer. And we found out that the work efficiency of the drone was 3.03, and while the boom was the 0.5, and the knapsack was having only 0.125 work efficiency. And in the work efficiency, the work efficiency of the drone is near about 2000 times more than the knapsack sprayer. This is the result outcome of the my MSc student Chaitanya. This is our next work was done on the herbicide spraying. We have done some research with the herbicide application using different sprayers, and the application of drones for the weed management and control, comparison of the alternative spraying approaches with the drone based spraying, and analysis of the efficiency of the aerial spraying. We have done the work, and the results were having good enough to be published in high NAS rating. You can see this is the results in engineering, and this is our student Srija. And this research review article was published. And this is again our another research, that is the comparative work of the um, combined use, synergistic use of the drones and knapsacks. Here, the utilization of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, for the herbicide application demonstrated the promising results, particularly when comparing the pre-emergence application with the knapsack sprayer application and the post-emergence application with the herbicide application via the drones. This is also was found good, and for the from the study, it was observed that the early post-emergence application of the herbicide is always good than the pre-emergence and post-emergence herbicide by the knapsack sprayer. Means drone can give good results with the post-emergence, but it should be early post-emergence. Okay, combination of pre-emergence knapsack sprayer application and post-emergence, that is early post-emergence drone-based herbicide spraying, exhibited the most favorable outcome with the reduction in the consumption of the chemicals, herbicides, and reduction in the time with a good efficiency it was being observed. These are the some use of drones in weed detection. This point is already covered by our respected previous speaker, that is Dr. M. Hanumantappa sir. So I will not repeat it here. But weed detection is the primary stage for going the site-specific of the site-specific weed management. And for that, we use the different sensors. And with the use of these sensors, we can detect. We may detect with the images. We may detect with the various computer or the machine learning programs. And these images or the various sensors, we can identify the weeds, we can locate them, and we can prepare a map. And based on that map, we can go for the detection. One of the students from the horticulture asked that the question about the favorable weeds and unfavorable weeds. Here I will be somewhat like an agronomist. I will like to explain you that weed definition by weed, what it is any plant not sown by the farmer and is out of place. Okay, and simply weed is a plant that is unwanted plant. Weed may not be a plant that is desirable, undesirable, valuable, unvaluable. No. If in a very technical term, if there is a field of soybean and in that there is one plant of the cotton, then one plant of cotton is also a weed. Okay, this is how the weed is defined. And to a agronomist for management, the crop is the main focus, and the weed is considered as an unwanted and having the competition for the light, for the water, for the nutrients. So it is an undesirable. So this is the concept behind the weed. Okay, and then also there are certain you can say advancement in the weed detection system. You can also go for the maps, and you can ignore the plants that you don't want to go for control. Okay, in a filter, like just in a filter, when you go for the shopping online, you go for the filter. What that filter ranges from 5,000 to 10,000. Okay, in that also you can go for the filter for the noxious weeds, for the problematic weeds, for the any vegetation. You can go for the program, but you have to design that program accordingly. This is my being an agronomist. This is my one of the point addition to the horticultural participants. And if I'm taking this space more than the speaker, please excuse me. And this is the camera based and the sensor based. These are the weed patches can be identified based on the RGB multispectral and hyperspectral cameras. Different cameras are mounted on the drones, and they capture the image, they analyze the image, they interpret the image, and they give the outcome in the form of the map with the map of the weights. And this is the distinguish between the crop seedlings and the weeds. And then after we get the automated weed management system, we upload, or sometimes all these are synchronized. Okay. And some of the research have shown that the Japanese foxtail emergent spraying of the drones achieves 98 to 100% of the weed control efficiency. And UAV have resulted in the reduced herbicide use with the no impact on the crop yield, but enhanced silage biomass output. Okay, these are the some advantages. We find that weed management is having the uh, good promise when we go through the drones. Pre-emergence weed control efficiency is closely related with the soil management also. How you manage the soil means the soil moisture content is how is the soil moisture content, and how the soil is having the texture, and how the soil is having the surface, whether it is undulating, whether it is good structure, it is having a fine seed bed. That's why soil management is also important. And large soil particles and straw coverage will have the obstacle uh, in the in the movement of the herbicide in the soil. That's why for weed management, soil management is also important. In case of the application with the drones, the herbicide application, if you go, you find certainly the injuries with the post-emergence application of the herbicide, but these injuries are negligible and they are being recovered at 20 days after the treatment. And this was the observation from my experiment. And there was a no phytotoxicity symptoms after 20 days. And there was no setback to the dry matter accumulation also. And this was the crop injury. And comparative, if you go for the performance of the UAV with the other sprayers, we have seen that the UAV have the more 60 times more effective than the knapsack sprayer. And if you see the weed patches can be sprayed very effectively with the drone rather than the knapsack. And these weed patches are having the good control when we go for the precision application. And this how we reduce the application of the uh, herbicides or chemicals in the undamaged or in the undesirable area, non-targeted area. We avoid the application. And if you see the application with the knapsack sprayer, there is an always overlapping of the of this what you call overlapping of this coverage, spray coverage. It is there is an overlapping surface, and that is having a higher concentration of the herbicides. And what the traditional farmers have that mindset that knapsack is very good in control of the herbicides. No, it is not that. It has been proved that the application of knapsack sprayer, when farmer walks in the field, he returns back in the field, there is an overlapping of these two areas, and that area is twicely sprayed. And that's why there is a high requirement of the herbicide, high requirement of the water. And it is again sometimes the injury is also caused more due to the knapsack sprayer, that is 56 to 64% of the injury, and it is caused with the comparatively less is caused with the UAV. UAV treatment. Application, it is, if you see other sprayers, 200% more effective to detect and controlling weed areas, and UAV created 20 to 60% less area than the ground-based applications. And this is very best suitable conditions when you see that the land is having high moisture content, and you cannot walk into the field when you have the various variation in the topography. And in that way, when a person or a human labor is not able to go for the application, in that case the UAVs are the most promising. And UAV provides the advantage of the more uniform liquid distribution and better absorption, along with the, although the UAV sprayer had the low droplet density and droplet coverage rate and distribution uniformity, but has the best deposition, as the Dr. Hanuman Tapas sir said, that it has the best deposition and it is more effective than the EAP, that is the electric air pressure knapsack sprayer. This is the reason that UAV is having good performance in control of the weeds. Now, there are definitely advantages: save time, reduce the work burden. That you know that the labor requirement is peak. As a peak, it requires for the all farmers require the labor for the same time, and the labor take disadvantage, and they demand high wages, and they take a smart amount of money from the farmer, and farmer has to give that money because his crop is at the risk. Okay, and working in the damp and or sloping areas is possible, and the application in the specific areas is possible with the drones. Vertical flight is achievable, so low altitude performance is good, and drones can deliver real-time data, and it can give the informed decision. Crop surveillance can significantly increase the crop yields. And there are definitely certain disadvantages are there. The price of the equipment is high, but nowadays there are so many subsidies are there. Even for the women, the subsidy for the drone is very high. You must be commonly very popular term that drone DT. For the woman having the drone license, they have the concession or the what you call subsidy for the purchase of the drone. If ladies or women are there and they require technical knowledge is provided when the any diploma holder or a person has securing the license, drone license, and that is also can be bridged. This knowledge gap can be bridged with good training and good knowledge. UAV have the short flight period. As we know that the UAV work on the batteries, and batteries need to recharge, and they have the flight time between the 20 minutes to 1 hour, but within 20 minutes it can cover 1 to 2 hectare areas. So it is negligible, means for traditional way, that is with the knapsack and boom, with the boom sprayer it requires 3 to 4 hours, but for the knapsack it requires 1 day or 2 days. In that 20 minutes is okay, but you have to keep a set of alternative batteries so that your work is going constantly, and meanwhile the battery is being recharged, and the fully charged extra battery that continues the work. Herbicide pesticide tank volume is also reduced. It has the capacity from 5 to 10 liters, and 10 liters is sufficient for 1 hectare area. And this tank volume is comparatively less as compared to the boom and the knapsack sprayer. Now, civil aviation regulation must be followed. This is a very important and serious issue. And for the regulations, the government of India has given so many two different GR, and they have given the total regulations and the procedure for the aviation from the Department of Aviation. They have given the protocols and they have given the do's and don'ts for the flight of the drone. Okay, a risk of the drift, that this Shiv Kumar sir said that the risk of drift is very high due to the wind turbulence and wind abbreviations. But what is the prescribed, and the SOPs say that you go for the spraying of the drones when the wind is calm, less than 8 kilometer per minute wind speed is there. Then you go for the spraying of the herbicides or spraying using the drones. And use of drone is affected by the weather condition, definitely. uh, Sometimes for if the uh, drone is having the GPS locator and the cloudy conditions are there, rainy conditions are there, fog is there, at that time signal condition is there, at that time the drone GPS is not able to work with the map feed to the system, and at that time it is difficult to work with the harsh weather conditions like very high wind velocity, rainfall, fog, or the very what you call cloudy conditions. Okay? There are certain challenges, the gap in the laws and regulations governing the use of the drones. This gap is within time, government is very fastly resolving these gaps, and they are definitely changing the, as per the problems are arising, and they are very actively working with the regulations. And as the problem arises, they are going for the solution, and solution is being made public with the change in the laws and regulations. Lack of skilled personnel and to handle the drones in the farming, as this is an rising field, and definitely this is a new field, and new every new thing has um, uh, some sort of what you call that go make mistake and then correct it. Well, if you don't know the correct way, then you certainly make mistakes, and that's how you correct yourself through the mistakes, as this is a very new field for the worker or for the person handling drone. Okay, restrictions of the private and the safe use of the UAVs. There definitely restrictions are there, because it is a when there is a question of the national security, when there is a question of national integrity, at that time there are certainly restrictions for the use of the UAVs. You have definitely have very strong and you need permissions, you need license, so many things you need. Until and unless you don't have any permission for the flight, you cannot fly your drone, or you cannot fly any UAV without the intimation to your local authority. Unawareness of the relevant data analysis and drone technology. Really, it is a drone is very useful thing, and but still some of the scientists, they do not know how to make the data, how to feed the data, and how to get the desired map. Okay, somebody may say like this. I'm sorry, I'm again Nitya Sri. Nitya Sri was saying that I'm not willing to destroy the desirable weeds, beneficial weeds. Okay, this how relevant data analysis. You have to go for the related data analysis, and for that data you need to go for different steps for the collection of data, feeding of the data. Then you go for the preparation of the data sheets. Likewise, relevant data analysis and how to use that data in drone and how to apply in the drone. It is not the work of only agronomist. It is not the work of only horticulturist. we need the different technologies, and we need the way different specialists. Just like Hanumantappa said that you need a computer person, you need a engineer, you need a electrical engineer, you need a programmer, you need a computer person, so that all they will sit together and they will arrange the set of information, and then only we will get the image with the or a map or a result of this work with in a pictorial form, and we can identify the Nitya, as Nitya say, we can identify the beneficial weeds, and we can identify the harmful weeds. Okay, this is unawareness about the drone technology and the data analysis. Even if we get the image, then we are not able to find out what the image says. Means we are not able to interpret the image, or we cannot exactly, if we are able to interpret also, but how to go for use of this image, that is totally unaware, and you need a multidisciplinary approach to work with this. Difficulty with the enforcement and implications, that definitely this is a part somewhat government needs to support, because the high cost of the technology is restricting its use, and until it is not being made less costly or cheaper, it will not be popularized and it will not be implemented. And enforcement, the the regulations are now being very easy, and they are very uh, very very easy, in the sense that you can easily go for the different applications, you can go for the trainings, you can go for the acquisition of the drone, purchase of the drone, all these things, but you need some workout. Okay, lack of suitable processes for the purchasing and importing of the drones. Definitely, importing of the drones and purchasing of the drone is a very big task, and that you need for the even the institutions, they are having a big issues with the purchase and import. And this specifically, I would like to mention here that being a NAHEP cast project at BNMKV Parbani, it was on the drones, robots, and UAVs. And we purchased the drones. And what happened? We purchased the drones and we tried to import drones. But due to custom regulations, we were not able to bring it from the Indian airport where it is received the parcel at the customs. We were not able to take it with our institution. And this is it is the condition in 2021. Okay, after that situations have changed drastically, and now, but still you have to purchase, if you want to purchase reliability of the drone, yeah, okay, reliability of the company, the services of the company, the company, what they have doing with the raw material, what they have, whether they are self producing, or they are just uh, going to club the things, different things that are being manufactured by different companies, and they are just making at one place and giving as a drone. This is the most of the condition in various situations, that most of the parts are manufactured in different parts of the world, and Indians are also doing like this. Very few companies are there. They produce their own spare parts and sell their units. The procurement and import processes for the drones should be formalized. This is the very critical conditions. And future, it is very promising that the agriculture drone will enable farmers be time saving, having less work burden, labor shorter problem can be avoided, excess use of the inputs can be avoided, and reduce the chemical load on the environment, and only the application of the chemicals on the targeted areas is possible. And that this is the attention of the world, that we should safeguard our environment. Again, we can bring the precision agriculture, and we can go for the resource utilization very efficiently and enhance the productivity. And as a result, in the future, drones could be addressed as a green tech tool, and now it is added as a green technology. They can be gain popularity by monitoring natural disaster, and drones are utilized to access the extent of the damage and offer information on its impact. These are the future. We already using it. And advancement of the drone technology in improving the image processing techniques, battery power, new camera designs, low volume sprays, nozzle types, flying time, low cost. These are certain requirements that drone companies or the drone technology need to be refinement. Okay, they need refinement with the image processing, high resolution, battery power. More flight time is possible when battery power is high. New camera designs with the high resolution images we can get. And just now I will give an example that at present what is the condition, that we get the cameras, and we have the images, and we have to go for the uh, ortho and geo corrections with the images from the drone or the aerial images. That cameras, if they are like that, then we can get the only level 1 and level 2 data that we can directly process. And low volume sprays, nozzle type, and low cost. These are the, all these can be reduced, and they can be made more friendly to the user and more utilizable to the user, so that it can be used in the smartphone. Okay, this is the image that we have done in our research. Can see the flight time 3.24 minutes, and here you can see the speed flow. It is 3.8 liters flow speed. It is not giving, but the distance it has covered 6.4 meter. Okay, and 0.8 hectare area it has spread. This is the what you call map that has given by the drone sprayer. Okay, and this the research I told you, that this research my student has done with the application of the drones for the spraying. I acknowledge my sincere thanks to the NAHEP ICAR New Delhi team, and extend my thanks to PI Dr. G.U. Shinde sir, principal investigator of the NAHEP CAST BNMKV project. And definitely I acknowledge my dear students to raise my institute in the international scientific publications. They have done very good work. And last not but the least, mm, uh, all my viewers, all my participants, seniors, I thank you for patience for listening to me. And if you have any question, please ask.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was wonderful listening to you, ma'am, and such a great topic you had taken, and you very well justified, ma'am. So, on the behalf of all our participants, thanks to you. Ma'am, there are a couple of questions in the chat box. So, with your permission, I would like to ask, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
So, ma'am, the first question is from Bhumesh Kumar. He's asking, can we make career in agricultural drone operator, ma'am? Can we have a career in that particular field?
Yes, yes, definitely. You have to go for the professional certificate for the drone. Our university have 6-month certificate course in which you will learn all the things about the drone from the hardware to software. And we have just started with the admission. After any graduate from the science can take the admission, and in the 6 month he will get the license, and he will get the all the knowledge about the drones, and with the license. Definitely,
ma'am,
good,
if
good
that
scope.
if that's so, I would like to ask you to, get the information put in our chat box,
Yes, yes.
like if
I
any
will.
link or anything, yeah, email
Yes,
address or
yes.
something like that, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely. I will give you a mobile number of Dr. Jeev Shinde. Just I referred you, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I will just type it.
Shall I move to the next question, ma'am?
Just I will type the
Okay, ma'am.
mobile number I will give you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, this is Dr. Jeev Shinde. He is a PI Naher for the drones. Yes. Yes, I have get the and in my personal, I will share you the contact detail and email of the Dr. Jeev Shinde.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Any question
Okay.
next?
Yeah, ma'am. So the next question is from Dr. UK Kadam. So sir is
Yes.
asking like by knapsack spray, we are using 500 liters spray volume, but by
Yes.
drone we are using 20 liters, 10 liters. So
Yes,
then
yes.
what about the dose of insecticide? And is there any phytotoxicity symptoms? What about the residue and impact of drone application on natural enemies as well as residue in the soil?
Yes, in my presentation, I mentioned that there was a definitely a phytotoxicity, but it was not the level that the crop injured. It is recovered within the 21 days. Definitely at the early post-emergence, you will find certain crop injury, but it is not having any effect on the crop in the dry matter accumulation and in the terms of the yield. And you said that we have used the 30% less dose that also was at par with the 100% dose. Here in the drones, what we do, the application of the herbicide was in the 1 hectare rate. Okay, what you do in the knapsack sprayer, we dilute the spray, and what it is applied in the form of the dense particles, but the deposition of particle is not good. The droplet size finer is the droplet. It was found that the droplets remained on the leaf surface, whereas the bigger leaflet size, they get aggregated and they move towards the ground or towards the petiole. Okay, that's why the droplet size is finer in case of the drones as compared to the knapsack sprayer. And that's why knapsack sprayer, why it needs the more water, because the droplet deposition is not uniform. Droplet deposition is not uniform.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I hope that answers to the participant. So, ma'am, the next question is from Subhadeep Dash. So, sir is asking, can
Yes.
anyone use drones? And it is necessary to take permission to use drones from any administration or something like that?
Yes. Yes. It is very essential that you should have the permission from the authority, local authority first. If you are flying in your village, you need the permission from your panchayat, gram panchayat. If you are flying at the district level, taluka level, whatever your place is there, administration place is there, you need to inform them before the occurrence. Okay, before 12 hours or before the 1 day before, you have to go for the intimation. You have to give the intimation to the surrounding people that today or tomorrow I am going to use this drone for this purpose, especially when they are the agriculture chemicals. You need permission, you need license, and you need the previous intimation also to the surrounding people.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering the question. So I will take one or two last questions, ma'am.
Yes,
So the question is from uh, Anatu Hati from West Bengal. So he's asking, in West Bengal, where is the pilot training center of drone technology? What company drones are the best? And drones spray pesticides and fertilizer dispenser, ma'am, if you can tell.
yes. First is the West Bengal. You want the drone spraying. Okay. West Bengal, the Naheb Center, which is having the drones, I think it must be in Calcutta. But if it is not there, I will message you in your personal WhatsApp. But definitely, I welcome you in Maharashtra. Maharashtra is having two places where in my place, that is VNMKV Parbani, and at the MPKV Rahuri. They both the centers have the license facility, and you can go for the aviation license also. And second thing for the he asked for the pesticides, drone pesticide. Till now, not a single company has came with the distinction of the compounds, chemical compounds, with this for the regular and this for drone. No, they are not entertaining. We as an university, we as an national institutions, we are approaching them that, but they are keeping mum. They are not interested. But in case where the abroad condition is there, in foreign countries, they are providing the separate chemicals for the drones, but they are not in the market in India.
Okay, ma'am.
And,
Thank.
third,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
third question, I don't remember what he asked. First was a license.
Ma'am, drone spray pesticide. Is there any? The questions were, where is the pilot training center in West Bengal? What company drone are the best, ma'am?
Drone companies, you prefer to the well performance giving. Local, there are so many people. There are so many people, companies are there, but you look for the warranty, and you look for the services what they are giving, and look for the quality of work what they are providing, or whether they are made in China, made in Japan, made in USA, how they are made. You inquire for the, if you are really want to purchase it, but don't purchase unless you have the license. Okay, first you go for the license, then you purchase it. And while purchasing also, there are so many companies in the market, they will attract you. But remember that uh, the word is that the sasta rohe bar bar, महंगा rohe ek बार. ऐसा this is my opinion, that you purchase good. DJI company is a very good one. Parrot company, if you are going for the surveying and for the spraying also, Parrot is very good. These two I prefer because I used that and I have seen their results also. And you look for which banner they are giving, and under which they are providing the services. You look for that very keenly.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I will take one last question, ma'am. It is
Please.
from Dr. N. Senthil Kumar. So, sir is asking where to send proposal to government organizations or private organizations for drone research proposals, ma'am.
drone research proposals. It was the NAHEP was there, and still there are various. Just my colleague in ICRISAT, she got the project uh, for the evaluation of germ plasm using drones. Means breeder, what they do, they just go for the observations, biometric observation. They record height, they record number of leaves, all things by manual. But what she has given proposal that using the drone, she can determine the biomass, and accordingly she can evaluate the germplasm. So she got the project from DST. Okay, only not drones. You have to go for the drone applications. She got the project from the DST. Anywhere you need the technology, DST is there. Again, so many Rajiv Gandhi is there. ICAR also provide, but ICAR recently has given so many centers with the NAHED for the drone and AGVs and robots they have given. But DST will definitely give you if you have good drone application in the agriculture or in your field.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope that answers to the participant, Dr. Senthil.
Yes,
So thank you so much, ma'am, for wonderful session as well as wonderful answering to all the queries and questions from all our participants. So on the behalf of my team and all our participants, once again, thank you so much, ma'am. We would like to engage you with in some other, lecture as well. So thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. So, dear participants, this is all for today. We will meet again tomorrow with the other new lectures to come. So, have a nice day till then, and good night. Thank you, ma'am. I will just end the session for everyone, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, ma'am.